There's lots of clubs and party places in Taiwan, and Club Myst is probably one of the biggest ones. At least in terms of floor space, it's definitely one of the biggest clubs that I've been to in Taiwan. Now, it's on the 9th floor of the ATT for Fun building. Now, that's a huge building in the Xinyi area. If you don't know where that is, that's the area around the Taipei 101. The entry for Club Myst is 700 NT dollars per person, and that includes 2 drinks. That's outside of events. If there's any kind of event going on, if they have a special artist or DJ here, then that price is going to go up. Now, at the door, you're gonna have to show picture ID, regardless of how old you are. I think the age limit for this club is 21. Regardless of that, you're still gonna have to show picture ID. They won't allow you into the club if you don't have a picture ID. Also, they have a dress code, especially for guys. No sneakers and no shorts. Once you get inside, the bouncers are going to take you up with an elevator to the 9th floor, and then you should go walk around a little bit. They have 2 main floors, or 2 main rooms per se, and then they also have some VIP rooms, and they also have an outside terrace with a really awesome view and a really nice view of the 101. The 2 dance floors, the one is the main floor. This is a huge room, and in this room they play mostly popular tunes, and 3 times during the evening there will be very sexy pole dancers that come out and dance on little stages with poles around the room as well. Now, if you're a lady, you are welcome to go dance on those poles and show off your skills. Unfortunately, gents are not allowed on those poles, and of course, if the dancers are out, then also you can't get onto that little stage. The main room is the biggest one, and it also has the biggest dance floor, and in this room there are 2 bars. Next to the main room, there's another room which is called the hip hop room. Now, this one is significantly smaller, and it has 1 bar, but it runs all the way across the side of this room. So it's actually quite a big bar. And in this room, they mostly play like hip hop tunes, old school, new school kind of things, and they often have dance-offs. And I have to tell you, I went there last week, and I probably saw the best dancing I've ever seen in Taiwan. In fact, correction, the best dancing I've ever seen in my life live in this room. There were 2 guys, and they were just spectacular. They must be professional. So anyway, in this room, very often you have dance-offs, and you can see some really good dancing in this hip-hop room. If you go to the other side of the hip-hop room, on the other side of the main room, there will be a big VIP room, which you probably won't be able to get into unless you're VIP. And then from there, if you go outside, there's a small little balcony that walks down to a huge terrace. And this terrace wraps around 2 sides of the building, so it's really big. There's lots of tables outside, and there's also a small bar outside, and this place has a really nice view of the city, like I said, and also the 101. I've been on this balcony during a huge earthquake, and it was quite exciting. I was watching the 101, and although it's supposed to be the safest building in the world, I was getting a little bit nervous standing out on that terrace during an earthquake. If you want to go there with some friends and you have a bit larger group, you should probably book a table in advance. On their website and on their Facebook, there's a number that you can text message to in English to book a table. Now, there's a whole bunch of tables and booths around the main room, as well as in the hip-hop room, as well as on the terrace outside. I don't think you can choose which table you want, but I mean, you can try. And the tables are going to work out approximately 1,000 NT per person, depending on how many people you have and how big the table is going to be. Now, the thing to remember here is you're going to be charged per table, not per person. So that fee is deductible from whatever you spend during the evening. So if you do order drinks or food or whatever, make sure that they put that on your table. Or if they don't put it on your table, make sure that you collect the receipts from your friends to show that later on. Otherwise, at the end of the evening, they're going to ask you to pay the difference of whatever wasn't spent on that table. Prices for drinks are not cheap for Taiwan standards, but for European and American standards, it's actually not too bad. It's about 200 NT to 400 NT dollars for mixed drinks, depending, of course, what you get. And if you're going to order some shots, it's going to be around 150 to 250 per shot, again, depending on what you get. If you're a tequila drinker like me, and by tequila I don't mean Jose Cuervo, I mean Patron or Don Julio, something a little bit nicer, you're probably going to pay a little bit more for a shot or a glass, around $350 to maybe $450 NT per shot or per glass of tequila. The bathrooms are usually not too busy. There's a couple of bathrooms throughout the club, and they also have lockers. If you find the bathroom in the main room area, which will be on the far side, on the one far side, right across from that there's lockers. It's check-in lockers. In other words, you have to queue up and then give them your bag, and they give you like a little ticket. Depending on the size of your bag, again, they're going to charge you anything between 50 NT to 250 NT if you have a rather large thing to check, and that's for the evening. It's not per hour, it's for the evening. Make sure that you keep that ticket in a safe place. Club Myst is open on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays. Wednesdays being ladies' night, so you do get in for free if you're a girl on Wednesdays. And then open on Fridays and Saturdays as well. One thing I should probably point out is, I'm not sure if you're living in Taiwan or if you're not living in Taiwan. Either way, you'll notice that fighting in clubs is not really a popular thing here. And Club Myst has gone out of their way to avoid the situation. They have a ton of bouncers all over the club, just looking for people who are getting into fights or shuffles, and they do not tolerate anything like that. If you do get into a shuffle or a fight, they will drag you out of the club, and you probably won't be able to get back in. So if you get in a situation where there might be a little bit of aggression or a bit of pushing around, try to avoid that, try to get out of that situation, because they're not really going to care whether or not you threw the first punch. They want to avoid that, and they will remove anybody from the club who start any kind of fight.